Hi everyone. I know you guys have been watching my videos for the last 2 to 3 days for Legion 5 Pro performance for RTX 3070 with 140 watts, and I really appreciate your feedbacks on the videos and also the views. I'm just one of the wannabe YouTubers at the moment, and let's see how it goes. But a lot of people have been asking me questions whether they should get Zephyrus G15 from Asus or they should go for Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. So what I did was I basically made a side-by-side comparison, and if I show you frame rates from one game to another, it just wastes time. So it will be a very accurate, to the point video where I will just show you the Excel and the features each laptop has, and I've highlighted which ones are better on which laptop by making them blue. Okay, so the first thing is we will compare the display. So the G15 actually has a 2560 by 1440, so this is a 16 by 9 IPS display. It's a good display, but it's not bright. So if you're looking for HDR, this is not certified for HDR, and it's using adaptive sync. It does not have G-Sync. So it's G-Sync compatible, but it's not native G-Sync controller within the laptop. On the other hand, Legion 5 Pro has an HDR display. It's certified for HDR 400. It can go up to 450, 500 based on which panel you get. Everybody might have a different panel altogether, but it will always be above 400, and it's gonna be an awesome panel. It's 2560 by 1600 by 16 by 10 ratio. It's slightly taller, and that's perfect for work. I highly recommend this display. This is like a game changer compared to G15. Okay, so if you see them side by side, you will be lucky if you find Legion 5 Pro just by looking at the display. Okay, then processor wise, 5900HX in Zephyrus, I think it has an H, not an X, while this is the 5800. Both are 8 cores, 16 thread. It's the 5900 is slightly faster, but it takes more power. It can suck up to 65 watts unlocked. 5800 is locked, and it can draw up to 45 watts only. Hence, the battery life will be way better on 5800. But on processor heavy workloads, 5900H should be faster. The percentage difference based on what I saw on Jared Tech, it was roughly 6 to 7%. That's not huge, and with the sacrifice on the battery, I will take 5800 any day. Okay, then comes to the graphic card. Both have 3070s, but there's a huge difference. The base power for the 3070 on the Zephyrus G15 is an 80 watt power unit, which can scale up to 100 watts. Compared to what you have on Legion 5 Pro, the base is 125 watts, and it can do a dynamic boost to 140, which is a huge 40 watt power difference with G-Sync. And remember, the Legion 5 Pro has a mux switch, so the G15 does not have that. And what happened is the power of this 3070 always has to go through the interfaces of the integrated graphic card, which is the AMD Vega, and that's how the bypassing of the performance happens, and that's where there's a slight performance drop. But what you can do is on Legion 5 Pro, you can turn on the mux switch that disables the integrated card, and the display starts talking to the 3070 directly. Okay, and that's where you get the extra boost in performance. This sucks up more battery, but once you're done with gaming, you can always turn it off. So that's a big advantage. If you're a gamer looking for the best performance, there is no question Legion 5 Pro is better. Okay, then Zephyrus G15, the model, I don't understand why Asus is doing it, but what they have is one of the memory slots are soldered on the motherboard, and the other one is expandable. So if you expand, you always have a miss ratio of the upgradability. So if you buy a 16 GB version, 8 GB will be soldered on the motherboard. 8 GB will be the expandable slot. If you take that 8 GB out and put in 16, you're up with 16 plus 8, which is 24. And then if you add 32, you're up by 42, 48. That's the ratio. Problem is, when you have incompatible sizes of memory, you lose performance in gaming. And that's what it's advised, that if you have a dual channel memory, ideally both the slots, both the memories should be the same or similar models themselves. The good part about Legion 5 Pro is you can upgrade both the slots. The whole memory modules are expandable, removable from the motherboard. Okay. Obviously, power slot wise, they're pretty much the same. They both have 2 slots for storage, and you can upgrade that. The wireless controllers are pretty much the same. Now this one is a big one. This is HDMI 2.0B for Zephyrus, 2.1 for Legion 5 Pro. So what that means is, right now maybe you don't have a good monitor and it uses HDMI 2.0, but if you buy a new upgraded versions of the new modern, for example, Acer Predator 34 or 38, the latest ones, they're all running 2.1. So obviously you can go up to 4K 120 or 8K 60 using a 2.1, and HDMI 2.0 does not have that bandwidth. But a lot of YouTubers don't actually talk about the sound. When you have HDMI 2.1, the major difference for me was this. If you notice the soundbar behind me, this is the Samsung Q950. This has HDMI 2.0, but my TV is LG C9, and it has 4 ports. All of them are 2.1, and what that does is, if I plug in any of my laptops or my big PC and transmit data to the TV directly using eARC, what that does is it gives a lossless Dolby Atmos sound to the TV, and using eARC it will bypass the sound signal from the FAT 2.1 signal of 48 megabits and transmit that data lossless to the soundbar. If I try to do that using a HDMI 2.0, even if I'm running at 4K 60, the sound starts dropping because the bitrate stream is so fat that you will have shuttery sound through the system. So if you're looking for something which is future proof, it has to be Legion 5 Pro. So that was one of the major reasons. Number 10 row is the webcam. No webcam in Asus. They don't like people doing web conferences and stuff. This is a pretty standard webcam for Legion 5 Pro. Ports, I think they both have decent amount of ports. The best thing about Legion 5 Pro is all the ports are on the back, okay, except for 2. One is the USB-C on the left and USB 3.1 on the right, the USB-A format. Those are just quick dig in. But if you want to have a clean desk setup, no wires showing up, not messing up with your mouse on the side of the laptops, go for Legion 5. That's the go to go. Battery wise, Zephyrus is better, but you need to understand how batteries work and how their power management is done. Although they both have, Zephyrus actually has more powerful processor. It has the same 3070 but a low wattage one. What that results is they have a 230 watt power brick, and what Lenovo Legion 5 comes with is 300 watts. That means it expects the laptop to suck up more power for the graphic card and boost more performance for you. So sometimes what happens is you could have a laptop which has more powerful components, but your power supply sucks, which comes with it. So if there's not enough power being supplied to the components, which are, I think, quite potent for that, still you will suffer performance because of low power. So I assume 90 watt hours battery is slightly more, but it has a more beefy processor, and that it will suck more compared to Lenovo Legion 5. So I think battery life, I would say roughly will be similar, but if tuned the system properly, I think Legion 5 Pro can actually exceed what G15 does. Size wise, I think G15 Zephyrus is smaller, leaner, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that it's lighter and smaller. The bad thing is the fan noise on that machine is worst. It's more louder, the fans are more squeaky. I don't like that, and that's one of the decisions I took for Legion 5 Pro. Size wise also, weight, because of the size, the weight is lower on G15. Zephyrus is 2.45. Someone of a height of 5'7" in any part of the world, a guy who's like above 20, I don't think they have any issues holding 2 kilograms or 3 kilograms per hand. So this is not even a question. If it's compact, it's slightly heavy, it shouldn't be a problem. So the last thing is G15 comes up with the white backlit keyboard. I actually like that better compared to the 4-zone, but the 4-zone lighting on the Legion 5 Pro is very elegant, to be honest. It has 4 modes, and there's a third mode which has a combination of light blue and some light brown, and makes the laptop look very elegant. So I'm keeping that for now. It's no flashy animations and stuff, it's just static light with 4 zones. It looks simple, elegant, and I'm loving it with the tone of the internals near the keyboard. So I think this gives you guys a good insight. This Excel is pretty straightforward. I've compared everything. Gaming wise, Legion 5 Pro will be a monster, no question asked. The 3070 at 140 will kill even a 3080 at 100 watts easily. The processor is better, almost the same. It is more efficient, obviously. The RAMs could be upgradable. I don't think none of these support PCI Gen 4x4 SSDs, so it's 3x4, and I think that's what I did. I added one more myself when I bought the laptop. HDMI 2.1 is a benefit altogether for future proofing. All the connections are on the back of the laptop, making a clean setup. Very minimal ports on the left and right for the Legion 5. The battery is slightly smaller, but it has a more power-driven power supply, which is a plus. I think that's the big benefit, and it's almost the same weight. I cannot complain over 500 grams. So I think this video will help you guys make a decision. If you ask me, I'm a Lenovo guy from day one, only for this laptop. I've never owned any Lenovo machine before, and I think this time Lenovo really surprised me and made me go away from Asus. So I would like to hear your feedback. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you guys through it. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.